I'm live. Hello, I'm live. Good evening, everybody. I am Jane Morton. I am your psychic counsellor, your host for tonight on SPTV. Thank you for joining me. So, anyone that's on, hope someone's on because we know we're having problems with Facebook. Anyone that's on that's new, doesn't know me, I am a psychic counsellor, holistic therapist, bit of mediumship, healer, teacher and healer, practitioner, lots of different little things. But tonight's show is psychic counselling one. And also, anyone that does watch me on a regular basis, tonight is my psychic counselling show, so a little bit serious. We ask questions, you ask questions about life, about spiritual stuff, anything you want to answer on. I give you my expert life experience. That's a joke, people. I give you my knowledge and what I know spiritually, psychically, and anything else. So it is a little bit more of a serious show, but we're trying to still have fun. If you want comedy, you have to wait for Sunday, for the Sunday sofa. That's when we're more lighthearted. So, shall we have some hellos, Mr. Producer? Oh, goodbyes, hellos and goodbyes. And also, anyone watching, please remember we stream from YouTube and Facebook. Sometimes lately we are having problems with Facebook, so I don't see the comments. I have to wait for the Richard to put them up in front of me. So please bear with us. Hello, Olivia. Thank you for joining us and saying hello to all the SPTV team. Hello, lovely Terry. That's it, everyone. No, you are. Hello, Julian. Thank you for joining me. Hi, Melanie Wallens. I think I said that right, Wallens. You'll get used to me not pronouncing things properly. You wait till I tell you what I heard earlier. I don't hear things properly either. Hello, pretty doll. Don't know if that's me or you. Good evening to Liz. Thank you for joining. Always let us know where you're coming in from as well, because I'm always intrigued to know where people are coming in. Hello, Hasvel. Lovely to hear from you. I can. Good evening, Marion. Hello, Joe Owens. Hi, Millie B. Hello, Judy Rampton. First time seeing me. Thank you. Thank you for coming on. Hello, Dolly Little. Hello, Helen Mansell. Hi, is that Shami? Got that one, didn't I, Mr. P? I did well there. Pat myself on the back. I've got a big crystal in my hand. Oh, all right then, Nave. Hi, good evening to, is that Walter Stern? Yeah, Walter Stern. Oh, my God, must be really helping me out tonight. Hello, lovely Christine Davies. Hi, Catherine Smith. Hi, Lisa Wilkinson. Hello, Wendy. Hi, Kimone Rayner, is that? Kimone Rayner? Moni. Hello, Kathleen Boyle. Hi, Patsy Holbrook. I can hear Mr. P busy tapping away in my ear. Hi, Max from Willenhall. Thank you for sharing. Yes, please do share. Lots of love hearts and lots of sharing, please. Good evening, Janine, is that from Glasgow? That is my birth of my grandfather, so welcome, Glasgow. Hi, Chrissy Wheatley from Bedfordshire. Patsy's from Worcestershire. Get me words out. I love Worcestershire sauce on my. I'll cook with everything. Worcestershire sauce goes in it. Hi, Dawny. Hello, Joanne Lewis. Hi, Kelly McKeaton. Big love to you and all. Hi, Pauline Spencer from North Wales. Oh, see now we're getting it. Yeah, love Wales. Got Welsh in me as well. I'm multi mixed up me, and I've got European, Scandinavian in my heritage. Hi, Maureen. First time watching. Thank you. I see a lot of stars there. We don't do that though. We won't go down that route, will we, Mr. P? Hello, Sharon Leach. Hi. I just want to say Martini there, but KL Martini. Yeah, Martini. Anytime, any place, anywhere. That's an old drink, isn't it? Hello, Jade. Mal from Wolverhampton. Kerry's from Coventry. Hi, Jill Hancock. Hello, Teresa White. Hello, Crystal Amick. Hi to you. Sarah Lou's from South Wales. My family's from Pontypridd. Yeah, we've done North Wales. We're working our way around the UK. What about out of the UK? We normally got our friends from across the pond, as we call it. Shall we crack on, because your crackling on your Bluetooth is getting on my nerves. So, to the few newbies that have said they haven't watched me before, obviously tonight's show is about asking questions. It's about advice. It can be about anything that we can obviously broadcast. It'll be about spiritual stuff. It's about, if you're watching these shows, anything you're interested in, you want to ask questions about spiritually, or anything you want to ask personally. I will give you my advice to the best of my knowledge and pull you a little card. I won't just do a card reading. So if you keep asking for a reading, I'm sorry, people, you've got to ask for a question to get a reading. Anyone that's watched me knows that I'm pretty fair. I don't just go to anyone. I will, it's got to be the questions. Lovely Terry. Straight in with lovely Terry asking me a question. I'm overthinking a lot at the moment, questioning anything and everything. Got me. Oh, sorry, Terry. I've just got a little bit of it missing. Got something with them and pushing people away. Okay. So while I'm going to answer that, Terry, because Mr. P had to read that out to me because I couldn't read it. Can you just condense that down slightly, Mr. P? Because I couldn't see my barriers. I could see I'm pushing people away. So Terry, I'm just going to get this. You know what it's like, Terry. You've got to get it right. He moans at us if we don't get it right, and I couldn't see what. And my barriers is quite important, actually. Terry, I don't say too much, and it's not a cop out. Anyone watching, I'm very mindful that this goes out on the internet, out on my social media, but also, especially YouTube watchers, you can watch this show anytime on YouTube. You could go back if you're really desperate and watch all my shows for the last 2.5 years. I'm not that famous, but there you go. You could. So these shows are recorded and they are there forever to watch. So I won't go into personal detail too much because people need to, there's things that you need to try and keep to yourself, not on a public forum. But Terry, also, I do know a little bit about your recent stuff that's going on personally. And I'm going to say at the moment, it's because of that emotional upheaval that's going on with you. That's why you're overthinking, because when you make a decision, something that's life-changing, and even if it's the right decision for you, it will still affect how you think, how you feel, any judgment you're having, especially when you've got other people involved, which you have. You've got your family to consider. That's where the overthinking comes from. It's perfectly normal. So don't overthink it, is what I'm going to say. Don't worry about it. It is perfectly normal for what you're going through. At the moment, your body's having a massive overload emotionally, but you're also trying to sort of not invent yourself, but you're trying to be you. You're trying to be you and look after yourself as well as still looking after others. So it's just you having a little bit of a download, but an upload at the same time. And you've just got to find the balance. Barriers is going to be because of that emotional stuff that's going on. You've got to, it's a automatic protection thing. It's a bit like the fight or flight mechanism. People either stand and fight their ground or they run. Nothing wrong with either, but it's how we're built. It's what's built inside us. And, you know, we do what we're going to do. Sometimes we do things without even realizing we're doing it. So you're putting barriers up to protect yourself. And, you know, we've talked a lot in, you know, private Zoom meetings when we've all got together. We all talk about our energies, about our auras, about our vibration. Everything is energy, and everything around us is energy. So if you're feeling overwhelmed with emotion or decision making, or just making sure, because we all doubt, as soon as we make a decision on something, we're still doubt and wonder if we've done the right thing. You're going to put barriers up to protect your psychic aura or your spiritual aura or anything else that people want to call it. You're protecting your physical self at the moment, and pushing people away is probably more because you're trying not to let anyone else upset you or hurt your feelings, because you're trying to rebuild your strength. This is a very emotional and mental and physical time for you. I know that because I've been married twice. I've had 2 husbands. I've gone through 2 divorces. I've gone through 2 relationships with children involved, both husbands. You know, I've had 2 with my first husband, a child with my second husband. The emotional and mental stuff that goes on with us when we're trying to do that is unbelievable. And we're still trying to be mum, and we're still trying to keep it together. So all you're doing is protecting yourself, Terry, nothing else. Downward spiral, you are not going to do. You've also got to give yourself credit. You have done a lot of studying. You know, you've worked in an academic field in the daytime. You've done a lot of studying. You've come out and passed that studying. You've done a lot in your mental well-being while still trying to keep everything together. So if you're having a little bit of a downward spiral, I call it more of a little calm down period. You're just winding down because you need to wind down, and take the time out. If you want days to do nothing and sit in and just chill, do it. Don't overthink or worry about what you should be doing. As long as you're looking after yourself and looking after your girls, there is nothing else you need to worry about. I've just picked, ironically, Harmony, number 6, Mr. P. And of course, people look at this and they always, when I pull it in cards, I use these as a backup in my tarot reading. So I do pull these in a reading. But when I pull these, automatically people think it's relationship based. It's not necessarily a relationship. It's a relationship with yourself. You need harmony in your life, and that's what you're heading for. For whatever reason, you've made the decisions and done what you've done in your relationship. You are doing that because you knew it wasn't right for you. So now you're just heading towards the more peaceful period, the more harmonic period, where you are you, where you actually feel you and not housewife, mother, and wife, because that is unfortunately what happens to lots of women. As much as they try not to, they get bogged down in helping everybody else and forget to look after themselves. And some women like doing that, and I'm not having anyone shouting around at me if there's people still do that. But the trouble with us modern day women, and even to me, and I'm a lot older than you, Terry, we try and do everything and be like superhuman and make out, you know, we can cope in a man's world and all that, you know, that, and we try and do too much. So you've just got to go with it and just find your if you've put there calm down period, sounds much better. It will be better. You've just got to deal with every day. No one can tell you next week, next month, next year you're going to feel better. I know you will, because it's a process, and it is like a grief. It is grief when people end a relationship. It is a form of grief. Whether they've physically died, they've gone. That part of it's gone. So me, Harmony is telling you, find peace within yourself. You've come a long way since I've known you. You know, you're one of the admins for SPTV, which is how we all know each other. You've come a long way with what you've done. You've come a long way with what you've achieved away from SPTV. You're very strongly opinionated. I know that as well, because I often used to laugh at some of your Facebook things. But at the same time, you're quite a quiet person when people meet you. So you've got lots of ideas and lots of opinions, but you're actually quite a calm, quiet person when people meet you. And I think you try and fit around that too much. Be you, go with this. And that harmony is telling me you are going to come out the other side of this. There is going to be much more calm for you, and you are going to actually find a much more peaceful time for yourself. And you will evolve, you'll change, because you'll see things in you that you probably weren't happy about when you were married, and you will actually start looking at different things and doing different things. I do feel I'm finding myself again, which feels a bit something to me, a bit, what's that say, Mr. P? A bit alien to you. Yeah. No, it is strange. I mean, to be fair, I always said after my first marriage, I got married in my early 20s, had 2 children. You know, obviously our decades, I always say each decade brings a whole new set of challenges, a whole new set of emotional things, a whole new set of everything. But each decade of our years also brings us a whole lot more load of knowledge to use and help others. Hence why I do the psychic counselling, hence why I do this show. So you do feel alien because you're putting yourself first. And as a mum, first and foremost, we always feel selfish when we put ourselves first. My children have grown up and I still feel selfish if I dare do something for myself over what they want me to do. It is a natural instinct for mums to do that. So that's why it's feeling alien at the moment, but you've still got to go with it. When I say find yourself, and which you're going to start doing, it be more about being comfortable who you are, not being comfortable around other people, fitting in around other people to help them or be, you know, make them feel better. You're going to do it for you, and it will benefit everyone around you, especially your children. Your children will see you change in a good way, not a bad way. So try not to overthink it, Terry. Look at that harmony card as you are going to come to a peaceful, things are going to be calmer for you. Don't think too far in the future. Go with each day and take each day as it comes, and take the knocks. If you feel down, be down, but you will keep getting stronger every other day you feel good. I always feel selfish doing something for myself, but that's what I said, all mums do. All mums feel selfish. If one of my children asks me to do something, I've already made plans, I literally feel guilt-ridden. If my daughter with a new baby, I say new, he's 9 months nearly, asked me to babysit, I always feel guilty if I can't do it for a long period of time, or you know, there's a natural guilt. But then I think, hang on a minute, I've had 3 children, I've got 3 grandchildren, I work a job and this, I'm exhausted. So I can be entitled to be selfish. I'm a lot older, but you will learn that it's not selfishness, it's self-care. Get rid of the fish part and put care in it, and you'll understand it better. So much love to you, Terry. So, and you can always message me, you know that, if you ever feel down. Years of experience I've got, years with divorce. Shouldn't say that, should I? In case the husbands are watching. There won't be a number 3, by the way, in case anyone is watching. So take care, Terry, and I will see you soon. So we'll have a chat then. Hello, Kelly Christine. Hello, Jamie Lee Watson. Hi, Joseph Pritchard. Hello, Tina Beadle from Australia. That's it. You're our first one on here that I've seen across the seas. Unless Mr. P's hiding them from me. Okay. Could you just make that a little bit smaller, Mr. P? I'm just losing that last. Lovely. Mal Whittle. So, Mal, we've got your question up, but apparently Julie Frampton and Olivia are asking similar questions. So I'm going to sort of do this generically, if that's all right. Mal, your question is actually saying, I'm very good at giving card readings for others, but as much as I would love to be able to do for myself, any tips? And apparently Julie and Olivia are asking similar questions. Julie's saying really trying to develop, but find it really hard to switch off and concentrate. Any help? And Olivia's is, when starting out on homing your abilities, what was the best piece of advice you were given? Okay, right. I might do it in bits and pieces. I'll give a generic, Richard, but I might just pick bits out because I have just slightly tweaked on different things. Actually, I'll do Olivia first and then we'll go backwards. So Olivia, homing, I love that. It sounds like a pigeon homing in on your abilities. Best piece of advice is not to base yourself on anybody else or believe you're not good enough or believe that somebody else is always going to be better than you. Even anyone that's, I mean, I can tell you now, if someone said 3-4 years ago I'd be doing this, I would have laughed. If anyone, well, I would have laughed because I hate being seen live. You won't ever see me live on my page. So if anyone is saying they're me asking for readings, it's not me, okay? But you grow with experience, but you must not compare yourself to other people. Every single person I've ever met psychically, me as a medium, anyone, has a slightly unique way of doing things. If they don't, they're not authentic and they're not being their true self. So the first thing I'd say is stop worrying about what others are doing, what others are saying, or comparing yourself, and don't judge yourself too harshly, because our biggest critic is us, and we expect too much, and that's why we struggle sometimes to deliver or worry about what we are delivering, because we're constantly worried about are we good enough. And that's not just about these abilities. Anyone else that's watching in any kind of job role, or even like when Terry asked, when you're trying to recreate yourself, get back to being who you are, it's about how we judge ourselves. We shouldn't be worried about how others judge us. So I would say, Olivia, just keep practicing. Practice, you could say practice makes perfect, but it's not that. Practice gives you the confidence to go out and do it. I gave 3 readings, I say 3 because I've never been good with my teeth, for at least 2 to 3 years. I couldn't feel I could charge anyone because I wasn't sure I was good enough. So it just goes to show. But then one day I actually thought people are just constantly coming to me for readings because they know I'm going to do it for free. Friends, family, people just assume you can stop your shopping in the street and give them a reading. It doesn't work like that, because you learn to switch off as well. And I just thought, you know what, you wanted something from me, you will pay for it. And not because I'm out here taking money like everyone has suggested about people in the past. It's because we have to earn a living as well, and we have to look after ourselves. We can't just keep in our time away. And if you want to trust yourself and believe in yourself, you have to accept that you are worthy of doing that. That's one of the first rules. And I'd also say just keep, have workshops, have groups. I have what I call a mentor. She was my mentor in the beginning. She did not teach me tarot or teach me to be a psychic medium or a healer or anything else. Actually, technically, she did teach me to be a healer and a teacher, because she was my teacher. She knew that I had the ability to do what I did, but I was suppressing it and had been suppressing it for some time. So she brought me out of who I was to show me what I was capable of doing. So I call her a mentor. That's what you need to look for. Someone that you can trust and let you be yourself, not someone that you base yourself on or they tell you to be like them. Any good teacher, and we've got a few in here, I teach privately, Sam O'Neill teaches privately, Polly, Matt, Kirsty, any good teacher would let you be yourself. They would show you how to open up, but they would let you be yourself, because it's you being yourself that's going to be unique and why people choose you over somebody else. We don't all work the same. We give out different strengths. So that would be my advice to you, Olivia. Just trust yourself. Look for a workshop or mentor, but do not base yourself on one of them. And don't let all these, I'm not knocking the famous ones, but these well-known mediums and psychics, don't let that phase you. There are some very good people that you would never have known existed that can give just as good as readings. They're just not as interested of being in the teeth are out now, limelight. And to be fair, I've said that to many people that know me. I don't do lives on my own page. I don't advertise a lot on my own page, and I don't push things on my page. I am quite a private reader. People come to me through word of mouth, and I quite like it like that. I don't need to be out there. So I hope that helps you, Olivia. quick card for Olivia, and then we'll move on to Julie. You've got prosperity begins, number 1. 1 is the beginning. 1 is the first number of any suit in any of the tarot decks. These are still numbered like the tarot. So straight away it tells you it's believing in yourself and taking that first step out. And prosperity begins, to me, the tree, it's showing the roots. It's about grounding yourself, trusting yourself, and knowing that you are worthy of this, not somebody else. Do not ever model yourself on somebody else, because unfortunately as well, someone that you may admire, it could be me, but I doubt if it is, but someone you may admire may give you the ability and the want to go out and do it, but never feel you want to be like them, because you don't. You want to be yourself, okay? So prosperity begins for you tells me you just need to trust yourself and get going. Thank you very much, Jane. Really appreciate it. Yes, been thinking about workshops. Find a good workshop. I'm not saying, but find one you're comfortable with. Find one where the teacher helps you feel comfortable. If you want online ones, by all means, contact any of us on SPTV. We all do online ones. You might, want to see who, but it's not even about who's the best. It's about who you're comfortable with, because you've got to spend time with that person, whether it's online or not. You need to be able to relate to that person. When you're comfortable, it will flow. Take it from me. Okay, Julie. I bet Mr. P's lost Julie. I'm really trying to develop, but find it really hard to switch off and concentrate. Any help, please? So, Julie, for you, it's more about getting rid of the busyness, because when I was reading that the first time round, I felt that you don't switch off because you're not actually truly committing. And I'm not saying you're not committing. I'm not saying you don't enjoy doing spiritual work or, watching this now. But I feel that even watching this show, you've got one ear to the door, looking out for something, listening out for something, waiting for someone to intervene. To actually be able to concentrate, you do need to switch off. Now, I've picked for you partnerships and alliance number 3, Richard. So while Mr. P's getting that up, that just getting back to what I was saying, I live near the sea one side of my house, and free partnership and alliance with the Purple Edge. I've got quite a busy main road that runs past me. I have to totally switch off from that when I'm doing these shows. It's not always easy. I have to totally switch off from that if I'm meditating. I have people in to do readings. I have to switch off from that. It's about shutting out the white noise, but you can't shut out the white noise if you're not willing to take that ear away from somewhere. It's harder for people that have got young children or may have a poorly relative they're looking after or stuff like that. That's harder because you're looking out for somebody else and you're not switching off that way. But to concentrate and really get yourself into development mode, you need to feel quite relaxed in yourself. And it doesn't always have to be meditation. I've said this to people before. You can do housework, playing normal music. Polly was playing some kind of weird rocky music before she went live on the show once. I sometimes play a drumming thing. Then the next thing I'm playing Queen. It depends what mood you're in to get you in the zone. I often do housework before clients arrive. 1, because I like to have a clean house, but 2, I find it cleansing and it switches me off and calms me down. Walking your dog, going out into the woods, going out near the beach, going out in the garden, just sitting there, planting pots, you name it, anything that relaxes you, baking cakes is a form of switching off. You just got to learn to find what it is that you enjoy or calms you down. When you've mastered that, then you can start working on those techniques to use when you develop. When I first started sort of working, especially on the mediumship side, which I always tell people I'm not a medium, but obviously I do medium stuff, but I am more a psychic. I used to really try and concentrate on guided meditations. I don't even listen to guided meditations now. I literally just put music on and get in the zone. But that's taken practice. That's not something I recommend anyone can do. So it's just finding your happy medium. Your partnership and alliance card did make me feel that you are there for everybody and anyone, sorting out everybody else's stuff, but you're not really sorting out yourself. Again, like I was saying to Terry, us women are very good at putting everyone else first, and we don't find time for ourselves, and we must find time for self-care. So although I feel it's good that you enjoy doing that and doing everything for everyone. You do need to sometimes take some of that time back for yourself. There's only 24 hours in a day. It's no good giving 22 of them to somebody else. And I mean that in your sleep as well, because some women don't switch off. Some men don't switch off. They're still working in their sleep. Us psychics certainly are, because we're always getting our messages and stuff. But you need to have time out for you. You cannot fit your day in for everyone else and not have time for you. And I know that's easier said than done, but actually when you find 5-10 minutes a day, it does get longer, and you realize where that self-care come in. So that's telling me of partnership and alliance, Julie. You just need to take a bit back and not let everyone take from you, because I do feel you have a lot of people taking from you, and it's not good for you. So you're never going to concentrate, because your white noise is literally around you 24/7. But again, it's finding small things that help you to relax. All right. And it's anything simple: a cup of tea, a cigarette if you smoke. I should know that, shouldn't I? But I didn't pick up on that. And go out and sit somewhere, or just grab 5 minutes. 5 minutes builds to 10 minutes, builds to 15 minutes. If you were doing 15 minutes a day of to yourself, anyone watching, if you just found that 15 minutes each day for yourself, whether it be first thing in the morning or last thing at night, that's how you build up your concentration, your self-care, and understand who you are. So I hope that helps, Julie. Okay, Mal. So Mal, you're asking about reading and not being able to do it for yourself. Do you want a tip? Don't think anyone reads for themselves. It is harder for a person to read for themselves, because we are still human. We still have a logical side to our brain. We have a male and a female side. We have a psychic and a logical side. I'm a Virgo, so it's even worse for me. I'm always having conversations with myself, talking myself out of it. So we straight away, when we pick a card for ourselves, we'll straight away be overanalyzing it, overthinking it, reading too much into it, and also our personal reasons or what we want will overcloud us. It takes great control to actually do a reading for yourself. Pick a card for the day. You could pick one tarot card out, and some people like angel cards or other oracle cards. You could do that to get a vibe of where your day might be going or what may be on your mind, and that will probably help you work more with it. But I don't recommend anyone really read for themselves, because it is nothing like reading for somebody else. When we read for other people, we don't know them. I mean, Mal, I can't see you. I can see a picture, but I can't see you. We don't know people. We don't know enough about them. We are reading these cards. They mean nothing to us. They make no sense to us. But the reading comes naturally and flows because we don't feel pressurized, because it's not our reading. As soon as someone flips a card back and goes, "Oh, what's that mean to you?" You're like, "Oh, oh, oh." And yet, when I teach my students how to read the cards, and then I get them to read cards for me. When I pick my own cards for them to read, I've already read them, because I'm in teacher mode, and I've already read my cards to see what they're going to tell me. So it shows how much our brain takes over and our own emotions and personal things take over when we're trying to do it on up for ourselves. But in teacher mode, I can read, because I'm letting them know what they're reading for me that I've already read. And in clients, you can read, but it isn't easy. And again, when you're comfortable, when you're really comfortable with what you're doing, you won't feel really the need for readings. I call it more guidance. Well, I call all of it guidance anyway. If I feel that there's stuff going on with me and I know the answers, but I'm still not quite making that decision because I'm being me, and I will turn to a very small select few for that guidance, because I just need someone to say it back to me what I'm already thinking. But it's very rare that happens, and very rare that I need that, because on the whole, when you're comfortable with what you're doing and how you're proceeding in your spiritual work. Oh, I've got fulfillment and wishes for you, Mal, number 9. There you go, Mr. P. When you're comfortable and confident with what you're doing, number 9. Yeah. You really won't even be thinking about it. But if you're adamant you want to keep pulling a card for yourself, just pull one, maybe go up to no more than 3, but don't ever do a spread, is my advice. There may be other people on it that disagree. There may be other hosts and psychics watching or whatever that disagree. But I just think for you and anyone, actually, that's just what I do. But that's, that'd be my advice. Start with 1, no more than 3. Don't overthink it. You will start to learn. Your life will go your way because of how you're working and how you just accept things. And this is what I say to lots of my students. You start feeling quite comfortable, even if things are going wrong around you. You just start to accept things and seem to just get on with things because there will be a way that come through. Or sometimes things happen and we know there's a reason that door's closed and another one's opening. So I would stick to that if you really still want to pull cards, but don't overthink that. Fulfillment of wishes, to me, straight away tells me as well. I'm going to be very mindful how I say this. I feel there's something you're trying to get an answer to. It's telling me it's around some emotional issue, and I feel that's why you keep pulling cards. And I do feel you do keep pulling cards. That's what I'm saying about how our emotional and personal side kicks in and stops us from using our psychic awareness. When we work psychically or as a medium, we start to rise our vibration and we slightly ascend. Mediums definitely ascend because they're connecting to spirit. Psychics start to ascend. And when you're doing that, it's almost like having an out-body experience. You're not working in your moment. As soon as you're back down in your human form, your third dimensional, you're not going to have that same connection because straight away humanistic traits come in. Fulfillment of wishes tells me, trust what you're doing, and if you have got an emotional thing going on, come away from it. I'd say actually meditate, or in your sleep ask for the answers in your sleep, because you'll find you'll get more response from that than pulling a tarot card. So Mel, I hope that helps. Thanks, Mel. So that makes sense to you. I'm glad that does. The emotional thing that I feel is going on around you at the moment, I would suggest to you, when you go to sleep, if you're prepared to be contacted, that sounds a bit spooky to some people. If you're ready for that, because some people don't like that, maybe before you go to sleep, ask for the answer. You'll be surprised what you get. You will really be surprised. Some people don't like doing that, especially if they're starting out. They don't like the thought of getting messages or seeing people while they're asleep. But it is actually the best way to do it, because having people come to you while you're awake can actually be quite, a bit sort of scary and can literally sort of, so that might be the way to get the answer, if that helps. Actually, on that note, Richard, before we put another question up, before I came on, because although I'm not a medium and I do this every time, I always get someone come in to tell me something. Before I came on live, I've totally forgot, because me and Richard always have a little chat before we go live. I got somebody come in called Dougie. Could have been Doogie as a nickname, but I think it was Dougie. But I said my hearing's as bad as my spelling, pronunciations these days. He was showing me the Second World War army, like the hard hat when there was in like trenches uniform. So I'm going to say he is somebody's ancestor, probably a granddad. He told me he died about the age of 82. It couldn't breathe. His chest was quite tight. I felt that. But I'm going to say it was his lungs. I felt like his lungs, that's why he couldn't breathe. I wouldn't have said it was a heart attack unless that happened at the same time. He was telling me something about somebody is growing sweet chilies or long pointed pepper things, and he said they're not doing a very good job of it, and he said they'd know what they'd know what he meant. And what else did he show me? Because I should have said this earlier. Come on, Mr. P, you're a fake reader. He wanted whoever, and I do feel it is a viewer, whether it's one that's watching tonight, but it is one of our regular viewers, because he did say, "There, know what you'll mean when you mention the chilies," and he was showing me the chilies. Also, I was shown a stalk, which is very, typical baby, but I was shown someone was painting and I think it is a baby's room. They were painting a baby's room, and the paint splashed in their eye, because I physically felt the paint go in, only like a drip, but he laughed because he was watching. So I do feel he's got a bit of a character, and went, I bet that So I don't know if that makes any sense to anyone. I was actually trying to prepare for the show, not to go in to do a mediumship show, but that's what I got. So if anyone can take that, let me know and get that off my chest, because you won't leave me alone otherwise. Okay, what else have we got, Mr. P? Hello. Oh, you're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Hello, Sushalia. Hi. Hi, Karen Young. New to the channel. Thanks for joining us. Hi. Hello, Randy Jordan. Hello, Kaylee Byrne. How are you? I'm sorry I keep drinking, but I've got a really sore throat. Hi, Jade Fleming from Scunthorpe. Okay, I got that out right. Hello, Sarah. Good evening. Hello, Diane Pryor. Lovely to see you. Is it Tuesday? Yeah, it is. It is Tuesday, question mark, Diane. Don't you know what the day is? But yeah, it's Tuesday. I'm back on a Tuesday, in case that's what you meant, Diane. I'm back on a Tuesday. I have been a little bit forgetful. Nearly forgot tonight because I've got a lot going on at the moment. I've even taken some time out of my day job. Literally, I messaged Richard again. I only see him 2 days ago, and said I am on tonight, and that's how bad my memory's getting. So, but yes, I am now on a Tuesday. Anyone that did see me on a Tuesday went to a Friday. I'm back to a Tuesday. Hi, Shirley French. You need some guidance for work, please. Thank you. Let's see if I can get anything, Shirley. Oh, Shirley, while I'm trying to pull you a card and see if I can connect to anything, I'm getting shown a row of shoes. I don't know if that means anything to you. I don't know if you. I don't think it's a shoe, but it could be a shoe shop. But I'm getting shown a row of shoes. I don't know if you're a bit of a shoe collector. I know I am. Well, I used to be till I broke my leg. Now a lot of my shoes aren't wearable. But yeah, I'm being shown very neatly stocked together shoes. So it could be in a retail outlet, but I don't know if that makes any sense. So I've just picked that up. Oh, and I've got Prosperity Begins Again, Mr. P, number 1. Okay. I do feel with that card, although normally that would mean some kind of promotion, I do feel this is more stepping out of this role and going to a new role. I don't know if you do work in some kind of retail outlet, because I am getting shown some kind of large building. I don't know if it's some form of, like, you know, like the big outlets where you go shopping, or whether it's some kind of warehouse thing, but I'm getting shown it's not the run of the mill where you'd go into a store. This is more of a bigger venture. I'm seeing something, so I don't know if that's related to your job. I'm just trying to see what I'm getting from that. I'm also getting headaches with you, Shirley. I don't know if that's stress related, but I do feel, I mean, obviously in the heat we've been having here, it's enough to, especially menopausal age, which I've come in and gone out of, but it's still a nightmare. I'm just feeling there's a lot of headaches with you. I want to say you need to drink more. They're telling me that you need to drink more, but I do feel it's a bit stress related, and maybe just not a bit of dehydration going on there. This is really weird. I can't lose retail. Retail's all around me, but I am flipping between. Still seeing those shoes. I'm seeing lots of wholesale fruit and veg. This is very random now what I'm getting. I'm being shown fruit and veg. So I don't know. Is Shirley still on, Richard? Because I'm just feeling there's a lot of fruit and veg around you. This is very random, but I have to go with it. But I do feel that you are the guidance for work isn't about a promotion. It's actually about leaving. I feel that you need to come away from that and step out to something new. I'm getting that you're not. I'm getting something around the 20. So I'm getting something around 20 years. I don't know if you've worked there since you were 20 years or you've been there 20 years. I am getting told 20, so I don't know what that means. And I just feel that it's a little bit scary. I wonder if it is 20 years you've been, because it's making that initial move to go and step out of that comfort zone. People have got very much in a rut over the last couple of years. Some people escalated in their work with it, but others have just been really scared, and rightly so, have been worried about the outcome of their jobs as well. But I just feel for you, you could do with a fresh start. The number one's telling me it's a fresh start. The prosperity tree is telling me it's a fresh start. But I am getting fruit and veg, and I am getting retail, massive amount of retail around you. Either that you like shopping in big retail places, but retail is coming out quite strong. Richard, if there's no answer, we'll see if Shirley comes back a bit later, and we'll move on to somebody else. Is my lighting all right, Richard? Okay. Yeah, well, I can put bright light on. Hang on. Oh no, that too bright. That too. How's that? How's that? Oh, lovely ring lights. Mr. P bought us. Still can't use it. How many months have I had it, and I still can't use it properly? Guess I'm in nerves. Terrible techno stuff. Evening, Tracy. Have we got any adverts, Mr. P? Do you want to throw an advert in? Hello, Leanne Lewis. Has anyone taken Dougie or Doogie? Hi. Oh, I think we've spoke to him. Yeah. No, she has. Millie B. Hi, Jane. My sister is really suffering at the moment with her two boys who have ADHD and autism. How can she get her strength back again? She's very emotional and stressed. Yeah, I can imagine she is, Millie, with autism and ADHD. Does she not get any respite help with them? Do they not go to actually, I am getting one slightly younger. One's school age, but one's a bit younger than that, so I don't know if that's just trying to pick up. I do feel one's how can I say it's being politically correct? I feel one has is much more high on the spectrum with autism. I'm feeling that there's one that's slightly higher on the autism. ADHD in itself is hard. There's so many different branches of that now. People used to assume it was just really naughty children that run around very hyper and couldn't be controlled and could lash out in aggression and just, literally didn't do as they're told, had no attention span. And then you've got autism that can be the total opposite, where they want to just focus on one thing, show no emotion. And so there's just so much different spectrums anyway. And if they've both got those two conditions, it's almost like one's fighting the other to try and battle. It's literally like having a Gemini inside one body trying to fight each other, or like a silent twin. Obviously ADHD has had a lot more support and help over the years, but I do know there's a massive waiting list for that, because my eldest has not long been not even officially diagnosed with that. He's been told he's got to wait 5 years, and he's been told he's probably had it all his life, and he's in his 30s. So it's for how long it's been around, it should have had a lot more support by now. But autism, I would have thought she would have got some kind of respite and help, just to give her some sort of peace. But that's why I'm feeling that one is not, even if one went off for like a respite or a special school, she's still got a younger one, so she's not really getting that break. I've just picked Memories of Love for you, number 6. And I'm going to say you, because although you're asking about your sister and how emotionally stressed she is, this is obviously affecting you as well, because I feel that you're trying to support as best you can. So obviously it's a massive thing for all the family. Have you got that, Mr. P? Memories of Love, number 6. Memories of love to me always represents family, obviously childhood memories, memories in general, supportive families, trying to pull everything together. But I am getting a lady with that, and I'm getting shown some weird fountain that she used to put floaty things in. So I don't know if that's a grandmother or a great grandmother. That might be someone on your, I'm going to say, mum's side, because I am being pulled more to the female. But okay, she's showing me that as if like a way of showing that she is with you, watching over you, despite how everyone's feeling. She doesn't know the younger one has more issues. Hi, Jane. She doesn't know the younger one has more issues and hasn't been in school for nearly 2 years. So he hasn't been in school for. Okay, the younger one is more difficult. Okay, so that's the one that's at home, and yeah, right, that makes sense. She is very mixture of emotions, but I feel she's losing her strength. Understandably, yes, it can be hard, and I can relate to that, Jane. Okay, is that's when I was talking about ADHD and all that. It wasn't talking about the memories card, was it, Richard? No. It could be my nan, yes, on mum's side. Okay, because this is us. If you don't remember it, mum might, but I feel like she had this really weird like fountain that changed colour. And she used to put things that floated in it, and she's just shown me it, and I just feel that she's letting me know she is watching over everybody. She is aware. She is sending as much love and support as she can from that side, so bear with that. In regards to your sister, she definitely needs help. If she's not getting it, someone needs to step up or go with her to try and get support. You're saying the younger one's very mixed emotions and is still at home, hasn't been at school for 2 years. That makes me sound, because I thought this was a younger one that hadn't maybe reached school age, but you're saying hasn't been in school for 2 years. Makes me feel like they've stepped out of school because of how they are. There has got to be somewhere else where they can go to specialist training, specialist schools. I know a lot of teachers now have there's a lot of specialist teachers in mainstream schools, but there's got to be somewhere. She should have a Senko worker, so there should be support for her. She needs to start asking before she breaks. It's easy for everyone to say, oh, you just got to get on with cope, get on and cope, but that isn't fair, because you're not dealing with a naughty child or a very energetic child. You're dealing with a child that has conditions that they don't understand either and are trying to learn, and also parents are trying to learn with it. So she definitely needs a form of support, and she definitely needs some respite. I am getting, as someone arranged a spa weekend or a spa day, I'm going to say day because I don't feel that she'd go longer than a day. I am seeing that someone's been trying to arrange that for a special occasion, but she's in two minds on going. If that's not been talked about, I am seeing that, and that does need to happen. Also, how can I put this? Where's the dad? Because I'm getting nothing. I'm getting nothing at all there. Like nothing. So I'm just, yeah. Millie, let me know where's dad, because I'm not saying he's passed, but I'm getting nothing. Like there's no input at all. Because if there's no other parent helping her, then she definitely needs help. If she's not going to do it, someone needs to do it for her, needs to apply to the council, to the Senkos, to anyone to get her support. Before, even if she gets a day off or an afternoon off a week, she needs it, and she needs to do it now. But that memories of love is more showing me how everyone's committed around her. But I do feel she's very much trying to do it all on her own anyway. But that's Nan. Nan's obviously coming in and showing me this. She thinks beautiful fountain, but I'd have to disagree. He's 7. Yes, it seems no specialist centre will help him, and CAMS are not much help. One of the reasons a lot of the centres don't want to help is because they won't officially diagnose children to a certain age, which seems ridiculous. But I know from my own experience of friends and some of my clients, you have to keep pushing it. You have to keep pushing it. You have to literally be annoying them. With most things these days, which is unfortunate, you literally have to just keep up in their face. So CAMS only can do so much, but she needs a specialist Senko worker, so she needs to keep pushing it. She will get the help. She's just got to keep knocking on the doors to make sure she does. Because if she takes no for an answer, they're quite happy for people to do that. And like anything in this world, you have to push. And not everyone's got the energy to do that. I get that. But you have to do that to get a response, because they like the people that go, oh, all right then. And it's not fair, and it's not just in those services, it's in all services, and it's especially in the adult mental health services. But autism and ADHD still sit under the mental wellbeing spectrum, so it needs to be addressed. Cannot wait for a child to be 12 years old and then suddenly say, oh, now I'll help you, because at 12-year-old it's gone too far. So she does need it. So try and support her there, Billy, and get Billy, and get her to go and keep knocking at those doors. I was thinking of doing that for her, Jane, laughed out loud, but she finds it hard to leave the kids. She has a partner, but he isn't very open to the conditions. Yeah, okay. Do the spa, because I've seen that, and I do see you there, so I want you to do that. I know it's hard for her to leave the kids, but she'll be no good to anyone if she makes herself unwell. And if she does do that, the partner's going to have to step up and maybe be a little bit more open to the conditions when he has to cope on his own for a day. I'm not going to slate him because he's not the one getting a reading, and I don't want it, but I didn't get anything. It was nothing there, so he's definitely not given enough support. So she needs to do that spa, so make sure you do it. Book it and drag her out if you have to. Only do a day. She's never going to stay overnight. That would be too much at the moment. Okay. Anything else, Mr. P? Has Millie got anything else to that? Thank you so much, Jane, for the advice. We'll tell her, and I'm sure we'll get to the bottom of it as a family. It is hard. If you need to try support groups as well. I mean, as much as we hate Facebook sometimes, especially when they're doing this for our shows, I'm not on Facebook no more. In case anyone thinks I'm ignoring them and my friends work, I've removed it from my phone because I just got sick of it. I go on my iPad or laptop to do business start posts, but I literally am not looking at social media no more, and it's great. It literally is great. I can't be, never felt so great about it. But that said, there are some good things on there sometimes, and you could find a support group. I've got diagnosed with fibromyalgia 9-10 years ago. I'm part of the UK fibromyalgia group. It is very fascinating and interesting sometimes to get information from other people. Also watch live events in America because they've always been a step ahead of anything like that than us. That's typical. And they have been massive support to me. And even one of my friends that recently got diagnosed, I said to her, go on these forums, because when you're feeling really rubbish, they are great. No one has to know you, but it's just nice to see that other people are having similar things. So maybe she needs to get on some forums, some local groups or anything where she can get support and understand she's not doing this alone. And having parents around her that are in the same boat might help. So that's something else you could try and do as well, Millie. Okay. I feel like I'm sitting in the dark, which shows our summer must be nearly over if we're starting to get dark again already. You're welcome, Millie, and I'll send you lots of healing, all of you, and to your sister and her children. It is tough. I know it's tough. My son's 33 and he's only just been told that, and it explains a lot from when he was growing up, but he's having a terrible time at the moment, and it is hard even for me as his mum, as an adult child, dealing with that. It's emotionally draining. It's it is a massive thing to go through, but you want to try and help your kids as best as you can, but you need others to help you as well. Thank you, Maureen. Absolutely enjoyed it. Thank you very much. I'm really pleased. Thank you. Okay, let's do some ads, Mr. Producer. Just going to put some adverts on and I will be back in a minute.
My Spirit Life is a free online interactive magazine for those who have an interest in improving their spiritual lives. Authors can upload images, videos, and audio clips to their own articles. The public can place comments, rate the article, and follow the author. All articles are vetted before being published. For more information and to place your own article, please visit myspiritlife.co.uk. SPTV are proud to present an evening of mediumship with the wonderful Deb Clark. Join us for a private event on the 20th of August 2022 at the Roebuck Inn, Wickham. For more details visit events.myspiritlife.co.uk. www.spiritualpsychicstv.online. Tomorrow night from 8 p.m., our popular show, Live with Spirit, offers the opportunity for different readers each week to demonstrate their psychic and mediumship abilities.
Hello, I'm back and the ads have all gone. Just quickly, I've just found out our Live with Spirit tomorrow night is the lovely Stace Shaw. So, Stace, if you're watching me, good luck. And if you're not watching me, why not? But good luck, Stace. Going solo. Good for you. Right. Have we got another question, Mr. P? Anyone wants a question? Hello, Andrea. Yeah, we've done that. Hi, Belinda Jones. Will the disagreements around me settle down soon? Okay, let's pick you a card first. I'm a rubbish shuffler, if anyone. I'm not a croupier. Got heart chakra for you, Belinda. Number 4, Mr. P. Yeah. What I want to say to you, Belinda, and this is quite generic to anyone else, because this question came up the other day and actually come out in a reading I did yesterday. We have to stop letting people catch us up in their arguments, in their unpleasantness, just in their behaviour. It's not good for our souls, literally. It is not good for us. People drain our energy. Their negative energy drains us. It lowers our vibration, makes us physically unwell, makes us feel generally lethargic, and just literally makes us question everything. Heart chakra. I work as a therapist. I've got many diplomas. Maybe I should brag about it more on the SPTV page. I work with chakras a lot because I'm an aromatherapist. I'm also a naturopathy. Healing is all to do with chakras. So the heart chakra is all about, obviously, the heart. It's about the love we give and how we receive it. And we can't allow people to dampen that or literally put water on it. We need to keep our hearts functioning, not just for the physical reason, but to keep us functioning in our emotional and mental well-being. So I want to say to you, try not to get too involved. That said, I am getting a male and a female, so I do feel the disagreements are around a male and a female. I feel like there's two sides of the coin there, and I'm going male and female. And I feel that one is actually very close to you, so obviously it's harder. But I want to say you need to step back. As much as we love people, as much as we try and help people, and sometimes we think we're doing the best by helping them, we can actually do more damage, and we can actually damage ourselves, because it will always come back on us, whatever happens anyway. When you try and support people and help people, you can guarantee when something goes wrong, you'll still get the blame. So I've always found now it is better to keep out of it, step away from it, and let people deal with it themselves. Also, when you're getting two sides of the story, and you haven't physically heard either, it is so hard to keep an open mind, because things will nig away at you, especially as I feel the woman in this is more closer to you, Belinda. Let us know if that makes sense. But we have to stay out of it, otherwise we become emotionally involved, and then things get very unpleasant as well for us, because we just feel like we've been sucked in. It's a little bit like a vortex, like a black hole, when you're being sucked into it. I do feel things will settle, but I'm not going to say they're resolved. I'm getting shown foundations. I'm being shown grounds and foundations of buildings. So I do think there's a debate over some form of property or inheritance is what I'm getting. But I want to say it will be settled. It won't be resolved, if that's going to make any sense to you. So it's best to try and keep out. If you've got an opinion or something you feel true to, you stay true to you. That's what the heart chakra is saying. Stay true to yourself. Don't be persuaded by other people's point of view. We all got our own mind. We should all think for ourselves. It's so easy to get involved in negative energy and be dragged into it. So I hope that helps, Belinda. I'm not sure if you're still on, actually. The psychic in me tells me that Belinda has left the building. Okay then, lovely people. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for the newbies that have come on. Thank you for just being here as usual. We're going to call it a night because my voice is killing me and I need to go and lay down. But I will be back on Sunday. Well, am I coming back Sunday? Are we doing Sunday Sofa? It's nice this week. That's what I'm asking you. So we're not doing it. So we're not doing Sunday Sofa this weekend. What are we doing? Well, I can't do it the following week. Yeah, so no Sunday Sofa this weekend because Mr. P is having a day off. We will see you soon. Take care and much love.